And now here we have Codee-Lee. Hi, darling.
Hello, how are you?
I am wonderful. How are you going today?
I am great. It's been a good day. The weather's good, life's happy, so it's good.
Oh, we love hearing that. We love hearing that. And I hear you're at home with your little man today.
I am. He's chaos and crazy. He's 2 years old, so I have the biggest tray of snacks and put Paw Patrol on. So I reckon we've got about 25 to 30 minutes. We'll
Oh,
see.
we're covered. Well done, Mum.
If you hear some banging on the door, it's just him.
Okay, that's okay. He can come in and say hi. We don't mind.
Yeah,
We're
he'd
a
love it.
family show. We'll ask him about his talented mama.
Oh, yes. Well, he thinks he's the talented one. He'd just come in the music room and start hitting things. So he's
Oh, that's so cute.
big into the drums.
That is really, really cute. So, firstly, I want to thank you and welcome you to IPL. Thank you for taking time out for. I know you're super busy at the moment. Now, I just want to let people know how I actually met you. I went to the Boyup Country Music Festival in February for my birthday. It was my first music festival of any kind at the age of 54. And it was my first motorbike camping trip too. So it was fantastic. And then, of course, I got to see you and Helen and Troy Cassar-Daley and so many other amazing performers.
I
And
can't believe that was your first festival.
it
What an
was,
introduction.
I know, and it
I hope
was an
it's not going to be
incredible.
your last, though.
Oh, of course not. No, I'm hoping to come and see you on the weekend. We'll talk about that
Excellent.
soon. I'm hoping,
Oh,
hoping.
yeah.
So now at the Boy Up Country Music Festival, you won quite a few awards.
I did. I won four that weekend. I'm just looking at them. I was really lucky to have eight nominations in total, so I walked away with four wins. And that actually took me to 20 WA Country Music Awards in total. So
Okay, so we don't have sound effects here, so I'm just going to do sound effects like this. Yay! And we do the silent hand clap as well for everybody. So that's incredible.
yeah, pretty cool.
Congratulations. Yeah.
I think the coolest thing is like you never make music to win an award. It's just kind of the cherry on top. And I guess it's a little bit of validation. Like you kind of jump on stage and you bare your soul and you tell all these stories and you hope that they stick. And obviously, for somebody in the industry to recognize the music that I've made and deem it worthy to win an award is really, really cool.
It is, and congratulations. That's just such a huge honour. It's, I mean, your whole family and all your crew and everyone who works so hard on that with you must also be super excited about those little wins.
Yeah, I'm really, really, really lucky. So the boys in my band family, we started playing music together as teenagers at church, and my guitarist and I actually did a certificate of music course together. And so we used to jam on the balcony of this music school, Taylor Swift covers. And it wasn't until Boy Up Brook that I finally let Nat do a Taylor Swift cover at one of my gigs. So that was like 14 years in the making, that love
Wow.
cover. So he was very, very excited. We had an opportunity to throw a last minute cover in and he pitched that. So yeah, and it's kind of the greatest part of playing my music is who I share it with. And that's not just the audience, that's also the people on stage. And it's a pretty vulnerable thing to get up and play music
Oh,
to strangers.
absolutely. Yeah.
Because for me, like the stories are something that's happened in my life.
Yes.
And so you want to make sure that you've got people that you trust behind you. And
Absolutely, because you're opening up yourself.
yeah, definitely. It's
You're,
terrifying.
you're
Like
pouring.
taking my clothes up in front of someone and say, go on, judge away. What do you think?
Yeah, I know. That's just terrifying. Um, now, I know that, and we'll talk about this in a minute, but you've had a bit of a setback in your journey where some not nice people had an impact on you where you left music for a while. And this song, Who I Am, I, I, I've got goosebumps now. Every time I hear it, I play it every week on my show. It's beautiful. And I believe it's part of that journey, that song.
Yeah, so I guess it's probably 5 years ago now. I gave up music completely. I was playing a lot of pub gigs, and one Friday night, a drunk guy in the crowd yelled out, "When's the fat girl getting back on stage?" And I was actually 60 kilos bigger than I am now. And he just kept calling me the fatty and this fat girl. And it just crushed me because as I stood up there and he yelled those things at me while I was singing my songs, it made me realize that it didn't matter how good of a singer I was and it didn't matter how great my songs were. People were just judging me based on what I looked like. And I lost my confidence. I just, in that instant, that person paralyzed me. And now that I've been through the journey of coming back to music, I realize I gave that guy way too much power. But when you're vulnerable and you're putting yourself in a vulnerable position and someone judges you like that, it's really, really hard to kind of regain that control. And so I gave up music for 3 years, and it wasn't until COVID kind of was in the throes, it was 2021, the WA government were giving musicians some money to go and record some projects to continue being creative since there was no opportunity to perform live. And so all these songs that I kind of written on my time off, I thought, okay, well, I'll put them out there and I'm going to make this project for me. So who I am wasn't for anybody else other than me. I just knew that I had a couple of stories that I wanted to tell and share. And so it was time for me to get those out there.
And I absolutely love it. And I'm so sorry that you had to go through that. And people like that should just be ashamed of themselves. And
Yeah.
I'm just so glad that you found the strength to come back and share this beautiful, beautiful music with us.
Thank you. I think that's something that I always try and tell people is you don't realize how much your words can change somebody's lives. And when I perform at schools and stuff, and that's the biggest thing I tell kids is just be careful what you say, because one little thing that you might think is just a silly little comment could absolutely change and crush someone's life. So it's really important.
And the old saying, you know, sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt us. That is so untrue.
Very
so
untrue. It hurt. The sticks hurt. The stones hurt. They all hurt.
It all hurts. It all hurts, especially when, you know, someone like you opens up so raw. And you do let yourself become so vulnerable. And as you said, it crushed you. And I'm devastated that that person did that to you, because I've met you at the Country Music Festival and I have no negativity at all. I mean, you looked amazing, you sound amazing, and your music just touches everyone. So if you don't mind, I'd like to play Who I Am.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do that. I was bopping in the studio and singing along. I absolutely love that song. I really do. And I got goosebumps again.
Well, I'll have to make sure we put it in the set this Saturday.
Yes, please do. Please do. Even if I can't make it, share it with everybody, because it needs to be shared. So now you've got a lot coming up.
We do.
Talked about this weekend, yep.
Yeah, so we are at the Muster. I'm doing a show on Bunbury on the Friday, and then we're on the Muster on the Saturday. And the Muster's really cool. Like, it's the biggest country music festival in WA. It's the hottest ticket in town. So I'm excited to be playing. We're playing right at lunchtime.
Awesome.
So really looking forward to that. The band are pumped. And then we are opening for the Little Lord Street Band's album launch at the Lyrics Underground on the 24th of April, and then 6 hours after that I fly to America for 4 weeks. So
that sounds exciting. What are you doing over there?
I'm actually having a holiday. So my husband's American, yeah. So we are going for a big family trip around, and I am taking a couple of weeks off. It's been a really hectic first kind of quarter of the year. I was in Tamworth for 3 weeks at the start, and we had Boy Out Brook, we had Nan Up Music Festival. I have done probably 30 gigs so far this year. So
that's a lot.
My little family and I are super tired and ready to just kind of check out for a little bit. We're taking our son to Disneyland and doing all that fun stuff. So a well-deserved holiday, I feel like.
That is awesome. Well, I'm not sure if you know, and I don't think I actually told you, but our show is aired in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, America, and the UK. So
you guys are everywhere. That's awesome.
We're everywhere. So every week your music gets played.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for playing me. Honestly, without our music getting played, people don't hear it. I was at a gig in Monkey Mia about 6 months ago, and a lady came up and complained that I played too many original songs. And I said to her, I'm really sorry you feel like that, but if I don't play my own songs, nobody else is going to play them. So it's kind of my job.
Well, it's my job too now.
I love it. Thank you.
It's okay. I've only got that one song in what we call my crate at the moment.
Mhm.
I've just sent my new playlist through to be uploaded, and it's got all your songs on there now. So
Excellent.
that's
I'll
going to be
have to send
awesome.
you a sneak peek of the new stuff that's coming
Yeah,
out.
please do. I would
Definitely.
love that. I would love that.
But we've got a couple of new tracks coming out in the next 6 months. So
Oh, that's exciting.
yeah,
Are you gonna have a
very.
are you gonna have a launch for that somewhere?
That's the plan. So we'll do a big launch down here, and then one of the songs we're going to take regionally and take it out to as many towns as we can, and hopefully play to as many people as possible. That's kind of my aim for this year. It's just to play as many stages, sing as many songs as I can.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Well, please keep me informed so that I know where we need to go and where we need to send people to see you and listen to you. Um, and also, the other people that I met down there was I play a lot of Helen Townsend's music now as well, and Shannon Smith. So
Two incredible humans, and I've
they
been
are,
very lucky to share the bill with them a couple of times, and they're just awesome.
and of
We
course
bumped
the
into each
McQuarrie
other literally
sisters,
on the street in Tamworth.
The McQuarrie sisters as well. I can't forget
Oh,
them
yeah.
because they play with Helen and Shannon. So just so much talent. Um,
Oh,
and there was a young girl. I'm not sure if she got on stage with you or with Helen. I can't remember. She'd
it
won the
would have been
busking
me.
competition. I think it was with you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Amberly. So
she was beautiful.
she's such a beautiful young girl. She is just fresh out, 18 years old, ready to just chase the dream. So we're all kind of wrapping our arms around her and giving
Oh,
her as many chances as we can because we didn't have that when we started. So it's all about sharing and passing on as much as we can.
and that's so important. Like we talk about, up and coming talent in our sport. It's also so vitally important in our music
Yeah.
industry, and especially our country music industry.
Yeah, well, country is just one big family, which is
Yeah.
actually really beautiful. Like, and especially in WA, if you look at all the female country artists in WA, we are all really, really different. So there's no need to feel like we all have to fight our way to the top because we're all doing something different. So what might work for somebody doesn't work for the other, and we all just share and pass along what we can.
And that's amazing. It's so good to see. I think Australian music artists are like that anyway, but it's good to
Yeah,
see that it's still happening.
100%. Yeah, we're
You
all
and
in.
they do have more opportunities than you guys did coming up, didn't they? They've got so much more exposure to social media and YouTube, so people are hearing them before they actually know who they are.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's for an artist like me who didn't start with that as a priority, it's actually really hard to train my brain and go, oh, I haven't done an Instagram post or a video in 4 days. Like the whole thing's ruined.
Get on that
So,
TikTok, girl.
yeah, I know. Everybody's hounding me to get on TikTok.
I
And
still
I will
can't figure it out.
very soon. But yeah, it's a whole new world. Everything moves so fast, and I think now there's just so many more people that you're up against to try and get noticed because it's a very fast-consuming industry that we're in now.
Yeah,
And if you're not everywhere, then people just swipe up to the next thing.
exactly. And I'm putting you everywhere. I know. I think I tag you in everything, so you probably get all these notifications going, "Oh, that darn woman."
No, I love it. Great. It's so nice to know that it keeps me going because
Oh,
it's
that's
hard.
good.
The hard, lonely road being a musician sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's nice to know that what we're doing is resonating with people.
And you've done it the hard way, so you haven't had the social media exposure in the beginning. So you've done the hard yards, like our old style country artists did, and that's
Yeah.
amazing to see. And I take my hat off to you, and
Thank
I thank you with every fibre of my being for coming back to the industry and sharing your journey, your story. Now, just a quick question, a check in,
you.
because we are about mental health too.
Mhm.
How's your mental health after all of that?
You know what? It's probably been an up and down roller coaster. And I have to say, you've called me on one of those flat weeks where you go, man, this is hard. And do I keep going? Do I keep fighting the fight? And I think for me, I juggle a lot. I juggle a young family, I work, I've got music, I do it all. And sometimes life is just so crazy that you don't get a chance to just sit and come back to the thing that drew you to starting this crazy journey, which was picking up a guitar and just playing a song for the fun of it. And so I'm reminding myself constantly these last few weeks to just take 10 minutes for myself and to just play whatever I want to play and bring it back to that.
Yeah, good. And self-care when you are recovering from trauma is so vital, because if you don't take time for you, then you're not going to go forward.
No.
One of my favourite sayings that I learned since I ride a motorbike now, do you know why motorbikes don't have reverse?
I have no idea.
Because
I didn't even know that written.
The really, really big ones, the big touring ones, they do, but most bikes, 90% of bikes don't. It's because you got to look forward, not go backwards.
Very true.
So when you have a down day, just think of a motorbiker. You got to keep going forward.
Got to keep going forward. Well, fun tidbit for you. I used to live next to the motorbike capital of the world, which is Sturgis, South Dakota.
Jealous.
To live. So I used to work at an exotic animal sanctuary in South Dakota. That's how I met my husband. I went there to play a show for them, and I fell in love with the place, and I stayed for nearly 3 years. And Sturgis was great but awful, because trying to get to the city when Sturgis Rally was on would take me 4 hours, which normally it would only take me 30 minutes.
Ride a push bike.
But nothing is cooler than seeing them do the hill climb when they've got to get up the big mountain as quick as they can, or try and make it. That was my favourite part of Sturgis.
It's on my bucket list.
You've got to go. It's the coolest thing. It's so funny. I always see people with South Dakota T-shirts, Sturgis T-shirts at festivals, and I always go up and say, have you been? Are you just a fan? I used to live there. Great spot. And, yeah, it's awesome. Definitely go. You will love it.
All right, so we'll have to do it so that you do a tour there, right?
Yeah.
And I'll come on and I'll be your media person.
Done.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
And then we'll do Route 66 together.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good. I've only ridden the last part at Venice Beach.
See, I want to do it all the way through to not to Las Vegas, obviously, but to Nevada, so I can shoot a really big gun.
They are very cool, I must admit. We're doing a little tiny little edge of it when we're away on this trip, but my son's obsessed with cars, which is obviously based around Route 66. So that's the reason we're going to Disneyland. So that he can have his cars fixed. He's obsessed with it. So awesome. I'm excited.
Oh, make sure you share some family pics if you can.
Definitely, we can do that.
Yep, and pick up a guitar every now and again while you're over there so we don't miss your music. You might come up with some new inspiration.
That's the hope, right? I'm really excited to just kind of immerse myself in whatever it might be, and just enjoy the family time, and that's always the time when inspiration strikes.
Are you doing Universal Studios as well?
We're not. We had our whole planned trip. The trip was all planned, and then I kind of sprung it on my family that I had a little bit of money left over in the budget, so we were going to Disneyland. They weren't very excited.
Oh.
Because we're mainly going to do like a bunch of national parks and things like that. So just a little stopover for the kid, and then we'll keep going. Awesome.
Well, I'm going to let you go because I know you have to rush off to another meeting. Busy lady. I don't know how you do it. As you said,
I need a good rest, I think, but that'll come. I'm running off Easter chocolate at the moment, so I'm all good.
You need a clone.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, get the clone to stay at home, look after the kid, do the domestic stuff, Definitely. And you go out and have the fun.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Wouldn't it? Well, we're getting there slowly but surely.
We're halfway there, surely.
We are, surely. Well, I'm going to actually play some Troy Cassar-Daley after we say goodbye. I love his song River Boy. I know it's an old one, but I love that song with Shane Howard. And, so I'm going to pop that on in a minute. And I'm going to play your song again towards the end of the show because I do love it so much. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me. And
thank you for opening up and sharing your story. That meant a lot to me.
Oh, well, I really appreciate you giving me a platform to do that. And hopefully I'll see you and maybe some of the listeners around the traps very soon.
Yeah, and make sure you get onto our socials, check out where Codee-Lee is going to be, and also when she's going to give us a little sneak peek of some music that's coming out. Hayley Jensen did a little teaser for us last week. I don't know if you saw that. She gave us like a verse of the song that's coming out, and it's like, oh, that's such a tease. Now I want to hear the whole thing.
That's the point. Well, I'll have to send one over for you.
That would be fantastic. We'll have a lovely trip, awesome gigs, and I hope to catch up with you on the weekend.
For sure. Thank
All
you
right,
so
so
much.
here's some Troy Cassar Daily. Thanks, Codee-Lee.
Thank you.